welcome back, man. Point of no return, man. We know too much. We done seen too much. We been through too much. We are experiencing way too much. God done revealed Himself to us over and over again. For us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim. SLIMM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's never promised. So all you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you're fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine. Just back with another quick word, man. How to stay chosen. You feel me? You gotta learn how to play the game without playing the game. Everybody wanna win. Everybody wanna be successful. Everybody wanna be wealthy. Everybody wanna be comfortable in their own way that they see those things, you know what I'm saying, respectively, because everybody is different. Even though we want the same type of luxuries and amenities, it looks different depending on what person is living out this dream. You feel me? But how do you get to this accolade, to this success, to this money, to this respect, to this power, to this prestige without falling for the same traps, man? You got to stay chosen by continuing to get up and choose God every day. A lot of people forget about Him. Like I say, he always asks, how high can I take you before I lose you? A lot of people get the success. A lot of people get the desires of their heart, and then that's what becomes their focus. A lot of people get money, and then they want more money. So the mission becomes less and less of the message and your purpose and this promise, and it becomes more and more of material things, and you wanting what the world wants, and you wanting to be this entity yourself that can influence, that can control, that can manipulate, basically that can have the power and the ability to make these decisions and then create a cause and effect, from that. And a lot of people want that ability to press the button, but they don't want the responsibility, the accountability. They don't want the guilt or the shame or the remorse that comes with doing something and somebody wrong. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. So you got to stay chosen by not falling for the hype, by not falling for the okie doke. Don't ever think that you're bigger than the program. Don't ever think that you're bigger than life itself. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think that you are the most important thing. Nah, man. Nah, you can't think that. You are of importance. You are of grand stature. Your light and your purpose and the promise that is around your life is humongous. But at the same time, if you fall into pride and you fall into those things and you thinking again that you're making everything happen, you lose. So you got to learn how to showcase your skills, your talents, your abilities, learn how to receive praise and learn how to receive compliments without allowing it to go to your head. You got to understand that everything you have, everything that you are, every moment that you're allowed to exist and live, everything that you've made it from and survived and endured and overcome and been victorious over, you got to thank God for that, because He's the only person that could facilitate your victories. He's the only one that could supply your wins. He's the only one that can give you the desires of your heart. So if you start to see your dreams, excuse me, if you start to see your dreams come true, if you start to see your visions become a reality, then you have to continue to thank God for everything that He's allowing you to do, everything that you've done, and everything that you will do in the future. You gotta know that all that you have is to improve your life and the life of others. You're supposed to be blessed so you can be a blessing to others. You're supposed to be help and be assisted so that you can help and assist others. So everything that is being done for you and to you and through you and with you, you're supposed to be doing this and using it for others. So if God has forgiven you, you're supposed to be learning how to forgive others. If God has given you a second opportunity at love, you're supposed to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, love others. If God has given you an opportunity to have a child, you know what I'm saying, you thought you weren't able to have a baby, and he didn't gave you a baby, you're supposed to be the best mother, best father you could be. And even if you got 5, 6 kids, you know what I'm saying, and they ain't start off the right way, you got an opportunity, you're alive, you done got over yourself, you know what I'm saying, go back and reconnect with your people, with your bloodline, because it's important that a child hears love and validation from a mother and from a father, if it can. You know what I'm saying? Some of our paternal parents aren't here, our blood parents. So, but if we have people that stepped up in their place and that has raised us and that has put us in the best position and sacrificed just as a parent would do, then you gotta go and thank these people. That's how you keep your days long, by honoring your parents. I know that it seems simple, but it's a lot of kids that's disrespectful to their parents. It's a lot of kids that don't listen to their parents. There's a lot of kids that don't take the time to take their parents' advice and really let their parents pour into them, to love on them, to correct them, to keep them on that straight path. A lot of people disrespect their parents when they get, I guess, of age, and when they start smelling themselves and they do what they want to do, and then they have a situation happen, then you want to go back and run to your mom and daddy, you know what I'm saying, for help. But it can't be like that. You got to be able to love your parents regardless of what the relationship is. Honor them, and I promise you, your days will be longer. That's how you stay chosen. Then, like I said, you just got to stay apart from the world. Just because you can have any female or you can have any male you want, just because you can buy anything you want, just because you can go any place you want, just because, you know what I'm saying, you could do what you want to do, don't mean that you should exercise everything that you feel, think, and that you fantasize about. Like, that's where we get lost, because we stop living real life and you start looking at the other side, the dark side of yourself, and you start feeding in and you start giving in, and it's easy to get lost in that, because it's like once you start, you don't want to stop. You kind of want to go for more. You kind of want to feel more. You kind of want to do more. You want to be more on edge. It's like the more you do something, the more normal it gets. So you got to keep upping the ante and upping the bounty in order to get some type of physical effect from doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? A lot of people do things to get that rush, to get that feeling, to get that flow, to feel like they living, to feel like they are breathing, to feel like they're here. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is what God has commissioned you to do. You doing exactly what you created to do is going to give you that same rush. It's going to give you that same feeling. It's going to give you that same gratification. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I couldn't play ball no more because of an injury, but every time I rap, every time I step into the studio, every time I'm sitting here creating a song, every time I'm sitting on my laptop and I'm working on a story, every time I'm working on a concept of video, or I'm on set, or I see the cameras, I see the lights, man, I know it's action, and I forget that all those things there, because that's my natural element. Once you put me in that element, it's like putting a fish in the water, man. You just forget everything around you. I forget the troubles, I forget the pains, I forget all that, and I just channel everything that I've been thinking, feeling, going through into these events, and I listen to this music, and I let this vibrations and these frequencies and these feelings hit me, and I'm responding to the moment, and I just lose myself, and I just surrender to God's will and to his way, and I just let everything that I've been doing speak for itself. And at the end of these sessions usually come out something wonderful, and it's a feeling that stay with you, man. It's like you tingling, it's like you vibrating, it's like you can feel the impact that you're having. You can feel the impact that that moment is having over your life. You can see that you're building your future. You can see that what you're doing now is the bridge between where you at right now and where you want to be. So what you're doing right now, you putting in that framework so you can be able to walk across your accomplishments to get to the best version of yourself. So you feel that Mamba moment. You feel that flow. You feel yourself in the zone, and you know exactly what you need to do to stay there. And that's the beautiful thing, because people can't figure out for the life of them how to stay in that moment, or how to get to that part of themselves without doing anything extreme. It's just like a on and off switch, you feel me, in a sense, but you ain't never off, you always on. It's just turning up the levels of intensity until you get it to where you need it to be in order to accomplish the mission. And you haven't had an opportunity to really just get everything out. Yeah, you cried, but you ain't had that good cry yet. Feel me? You've been going through so much. You need an opportunity to celebrate, an opportunity to applaud yourself, and, you know, have those pats on the back, hear those congratulations, hear that I knew you was gonna make it. You need that moment. You need that moment to be able to testify and be able to tell of God's goodness, everything that he brought you from and everything that he brought you to, and then everything he about to bring you towards. You feel me? So you need this moment to happen so it can add to the reasons why you continue to do this thing. You need some validation. You need some tangible proof that what you're doing is the right thing and what you're doing is working, and you about to get that. But you can't fall for the trap. You can't fall for the hype, because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to try to gaslight you and set you up to fall. You know what I'm saying? They build you up just to knock you down. So you got to stay humble. You got to stay even keel. Stay quiet. You know what I'm saying? Don't share this moment with a lot of people, because you're already seen before how when situations were starting to be set up for you and you tried to share these experiences with the wrong people, God didn't allow it to work. So the people and the team that he got around you, you got to keep these people, because if things is working out with these people, that means God has approved of who he's brought into your life and who you want to be in your life at this point in time in order for you to do what you need to do. You are the center. You are the focal point. So that's different, because you're used to being a team. You're used to being more than one of you, and you know the focus is just not on you. So it's different having to step up and being a light. But that's what it's about, baby. Like if you want your 15 minutes to start, if you want your, you know what I'm saying, your time in the spotlight, then you got to step up. You got to step up to the light. You got to step up to the forefront and let that light shine on you. And then what people gonna see is somebody made it being real. Somebody made it being authentic. Somebody made it doing exactly what they love, and they're able to be successful and profitable, and they're able to have a peace, and they're able to have a life that they dreamed of just by being what God created them to be. So you're big. That's why everything has been against you. That's why everything has been trying to take you away. That's why everything has been trying to take you out. Because once people see that they could make it being themselves, that's a power. That's a power. Then people could take off the mask. People could stop faking. People could, you know, put down the act. People could stop the charades. People could stop the shenanigans and just be themselves and just be weird and just be different and just be peculiar and just, you know what I'm saying, be odd. You can stand out by standing alone. You can stand out just by being yourself. You ain't got to be nothing extra. Just listen to that inner child, listen to that inner man, listen to the highest version of yourself, and you just go. You just go, and now is the time to really just fall in love with yourself. Really just fall in love with the process. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to raise that championship trophy, but you got to work, and you got to put in the time, and you got to do it when no one is watching. You got to do it when they don't feel good. You got to do it when you don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And once you see that you about this life, and once you see that you haven't stopped, once you see that nothing could take you away from your purpose or your mission that you got here on earth, that's how you treat it. And every day you get up just looking to complete something on that list that's going to get you closer to where you need to be. So that's how you stay chosen. You just got to keep choosing your purpose and keep choosing your mission. Keep choosing God's promise. Keep choosing what God has got for you over everything else. And he's going to supply you with all your wants, your needs, your desires. And it's going to be to the point to where it's too much. You're not going to be able to spend this in 100 lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's so beautiful, because you're laying a formula for success for generations to come. People will write about you. People will sing about you. People will talk about you. People will have your name mentioned, bro, for forever, bro. Like your presence, your light, your purpose is gonna echo through times, bro. And like once you make it, once you get to where you going, you always gonna be the top is your spot, man. And we ain't doing nothing but just rising, bro. We the creme de la creme, you know? So we just rising, we just taking our place. So understand that everything happens in due time. Please be respectful of the people that is helping you out. Please be respectful of the time that people is setting aside to help you do what you do. Please be respectful of the energy and the effort that people are putting forth to help you make your dreams come true. And make sure that you're giving back as much as you can. Make sure that you're saying thank you as much as you can. Make sure that you're smiling as much as you can. Make sure that you celebrating and you're thanking God in advance as much as you can. Even before you see it, you know that it's real. You know that you done received it. So You got to stay chosen by continuing to choose God, continuing to choose Jesus and follow Christ in his footsteps on how he made it to becoming the best version of himself. You got to continue to be sensitive and let the Holy Spirit move and work and flow through you and let these miracles and the impossible be done. And like I say, everything is happening before your eyes. So now that it is, just work. Just work. But just stay chosen, stay golden, stay one of the ones, man. And the only way you can do that, man, you got to stick with God just like this. Till next time, Slim.